I think that we have most of the group gathered that we hoped were going to join us today. I'm Denise Cumming. I'm the Executive Director of the University Hospitals Kingston Foundation, and I'm really pleased to be with you here today. I always love spending time with the staff from the CDC because I know the work you do is so incredibly important to the families that you help. And you're a very enthusiastic group, so it's always a pleasure to be with you. We're here today to celebrate the outcome of the CDC Run Walk, another fantastic year for this event. And I wanted to just start off by introducing some folks who are affiliated both with the Child Development Center and with the Run Walk. So of course we have Vicki, who's the director of the Child Development Center, Marvin Switzer, who is the chair and did a great job as the head of the Run Walk committee this year, Marianne McClure, who's played an important role in our foundation life, and Sarah Dobich, okay, and other folks who've come just to celebrate with us the outcome of this great event.
Is here.
Okay, I'm sorry, your name?
Carla Michaud.
Oh, great, good to have you with us. And then we've got others who are here on behalf of the hospital and the University Hospitals Kingston Foundation. I think you'll all know Elizabeth Barton, who's the Chief of Public Affairs and Community Engagement. Some of you may not know Richard Kizel, who is a community volunteer who serves as the chair of our foundation board. Julie White may be a familiar face. She's back in Kingston and with the foundation these days. And Nicole Rombout's running the camera. And of course, we've got Dr. Dale Mercer with us as well. So at this time, I'd like to invite Vicki to step forward and say a few words, just keeping in mind that the camera's right there, and we'd like you to speak into it.
Well, thanks everyone for coming today and helping us celebrate this great gift and all the money that we worked so hard to raise, our $14,000 or so dollars. The Child Development Center, most of you know, works with children with multiple challenges. But we wanted to take the opportunity to thank everybody who worked so hard to make this event a success. All the staff at the Child Development Center and volunteers from outside the center as well, and also the families who worked so hard. This year we had a lot of pledges come from families as well, which was really exciting. More than last year, and more run participants as well. So that made the event even more successful than it was last year. Some of the money last year that we raised went to purchase equipment for CDC. CDC is funded through the Ministry of Children and Youth, not through the Ministry of Health, and we don't get an annualized funding increase. We do sometimes get lump sums of money from the Ministry of Children and Youth. So most of our money goes towards staffing. So the money we raise from the Run Walk goes to purchasing equipment for the center. And this is an example of what we bought last year. This is called a Wombat High-Low. And it's used to stabilize a child's upper body so that they can do all kinds of things like sit through therapy and eat and participate, write, and do different things. But this piece of equipment costs $3,500. So a lot of the equipment that we do purchase at CDC is very expensive, and so that's why it's so important each year for us to continue to raise the money that we do raise. So anyway, I just would like to say thanks so much to everybody for participating and for helping us out, and we will be doing it again next year. It's just a great event. It's so much fun, but it is lots of hard work, and we're always looking for more volunteers. Thank you.
And Vicki did mention briefly the tremendous amount of money that was raised through this year's event, but I just want to name it out loud again, $14,698.
Interject one thing. One family donated over $2,000.
Oh my gosh.
Through pledges.
Oh my gosh, that's tremendous. All right, at this time I'd like to invite Elizabeth Barton to step forward and say a few words.
Great, thank you. So nice to see all the familiar faces from CDC. I feel that I have to just say, I was running a race in Hamilton that weekend, which is why I didn't run the race in Kingston. So as I was going up the world's biggest hill, it's a 30K race, and at about 25K there's an off a hill, I thought, this might have been a bad decision, and I could have done the 5K CDC run instead. But anyway, hopefully next year I'll have the opportunity to do the race. I saw the pictures, and it was really nice to see not just all the staff that were there, but lots of little kids. It's always really exciting when children get to do something active and do it as a family, and that's really great. So thank you to all of you for all of your efforts in organizing. And Marvin, I know you put a lot of time and energy for months and months into doing this, and for all of you who did all the work of encouraging families to come and getting yourselves in shape to do the run, and getting prizes and supporting the volunteers. It's really great to have the level of energy, and this is a program that's particularly known for really doing a great job of supporting patients and families from the time that patients come into the center to the time that they're discharged as adults. And so you make those great connections with your patients and families through the relationships, and it's activities like this that really showcases the fact that you all go really above and beyond your day-to-day work because you really care about the people that you interact with every day. So great to see that we can purchase some of this much needed equipment that really makes a difference, and I just salute all of you for all of your hard work every day, not just around the run. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Elizabeth. And I'd like to invite Richard Kizel to say a few words, please.
Thank you. It's great to be here today. It's one of the fun parts of being the chair is coming to accept the checks. And Marion, every year you send me a letter, and I support it personally. And it's great because I know what a great cause it is. And it's things like this that really make a difference. When you actually come here and see the piece of equipment, it really inspires me, being the volunteer chair. Because the message we're always delivering is that the government doesn't fully fund education, equipment, and research. Many people would argue they don't fund enough for staff, lights, heat, and buildings. But that's a difficult chore to do with fundraising. But where we can really make the difference is in the equipment. A piece of equipment like this for $2,500 will make such a difference to the actual patient that uses it and the staff that use it. And what's really inspiring for me is that, I go out to so many groups, and we have so many groups that support us with golf tournaments and everything else. But the people that are actually working in healthcare and working with the equipment, raising the money for the equipment internally, is extra inspiring. It's more than just a job for you, obviously, and you're committed and want to see your department really do well and have the equipment that will help the patients. And that's what's really inspiring, and it's great to see the results, this being one of them. And so I want to thank everyone here for the work that you do every day and going the extra mile. I thought of that. My writers didn't even write that. Going the extra mile to raise money to improve your department is really inspiring to all the volunteers in the foundation, raising money for healthcare in Kingston. So thank you very much.
Just before I came over this morning, I was writing the editorial for the next foundation newsletter, and I was talking about this very meaningful moment of being at the opening of the Cancer Center and looking at our campaign chair, Ian Wilson, who's been both a patient of the Cancer Center recently and also a great champion to raise money for the Cancer Center, and reflecting on how meaningful it is to be involved in fundraising for something where you can visualize exactly who will benefit. And one of the reasons that I love being involved with the Child Development Center is that I can think of two families that have had a particularly meaningful role in our foundation, the Tenant House family and the Tripp family, who've benefited immensely from your work and your care and your professionalism and your vision to see those kids have the best, most exciting, most meaningful and independent life possible. And I do really thank you heartily, not only for your work on behalf of this activity, but for your commitment to the kids and the families that you help every day.